Welcome to another episode of the Dining Room Table with Them Clays. I'm Carlton.
And I'm Kendra.
Yes, and this week we have a friend. So this is Dining Room Table with Them Clays and friends. We have our friend, Miss Brittany Jenkins.
Yay.
Thank you.
And we have another special little guest.
Yes, DeMar Jenkins.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good.
Thank you for having me.
We're trying to talk real loud because we don't want to wake little man up.
Oh, nah, he sleep through noise. He good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. She started screaming.
Right.
Hold on, we trained him. You can talk.
Okay, now I normally don't do this, but I'm trying to get rid of these. So I use every platform you got.
Hello.
I got some VPN Max still left. So $10. Please pick them up. I want to get rid of them. $10. I'll be in these streets. So come pick them up. They smell great.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Still brand new. So we got some left. So if you want copies, please get them. All right. Cool. Now we're done with that public announcement. Today we are talking about validation. Whether it be validation in your professional life, your personal life, just whatever, however you feel. And I honestly, I didn't really want to talk about this at first, but I text Brittany, and she, to be a guest, and she was like, "What are we talking about?" And I said, "Well, I feel like validation is on my spirit." And so then she was like, "That's perfect," because she's gonna share with us why it's perfect.
Yeah.
But the inspiration came from the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Drake got up and he won his award, and he was talking about how basically you don't necessarily need this for validation, no award for validation.
Right.
So
If there's people who have regular jobs who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you. You already won.
So that's kind of the inspiration came from talking about that this week. So let's go and get started. Validation. We'll let our guest go first, Brittany.
Oh, okay. You want me to comment on the Grammys or you want me to tell my
Either or, whatever. Just free form.
Okay, well, when you texted me about the topic, I said it was perfect because literally on Monday I had somewhat of an epiphany. And what I've been struggling with is the fact that I have a child now, and it looks unprofessional to have your baby with you when you're handling business. And this is something I knew before, and I could say I agree with it, but it didn't bother me. But once I had him, and I felt pressure to always find somebody to keep him, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So to find somebody to keep him, to make sure, I look good to other people, that started weighing heavy on me, and I didn't like the comments that I would receive, like, "Oh, well, we're going to go meet such and such. You need to leave the baby at home." That really bothered me. So I have some brides in Atlanta that I had to meet with, and I met with their designer on Monday. The designer, she's an award-winning designer out of Atlanta, very successful, big time, way bigger than me. So what I did was I emailed her and I said, "Do you mind if I bring my baby? He's 8 months, I'm breastfeeding. I'd rather take him if I can." She said, "Thank you so much for asking. I don't mind." So I brought the baby, set him up, gave him his little tablet to secure him. Her assistant came, she loved him. She played with him. The event planner herself played with him, and we got through the meeting because he's a good baby. And afterwards, I said, I apologize if you thought this was an inconvenience, but I just really rather keep him with me, and I'm tired of trying to feel validated by others as a professional. Just because I have a baby, I'm being punished. And she said, "No, I love that you're doing that, and I applaud you for doing that. Bring your baby with you. You have to get used to the adjustment." And so at this point, I'm in a place of where I don't want to feel pressured by anybody. I know my worth. I know that I'm professional. I know that I'm capable. And me doing what women were made to do should not be a punishment for me. So that's why I felt like validation really, it was right to be on your spirit, because it was right with me.
Well, my question is, what do people expect you to do? Let's say you weren't married, you by yourself, or you had no family. What do people expect you to do? I mean,
even though I am married, my husband works all the time, so I'm not a single parent by no means.
Right.
But I'm with the baby all the time, and so they literally just expect you. They don't care about specifics. They just think it's bad to have a baby there, And I get that it could be a distraction. But if I'm starting early, I'm training him to know how to behave in certain settings. And, he has to get used to it anyway, and so do I. And so they really just don't like you to bring your kids. There's even a place that I like to go to here in Augusta, but it's business attire mandatory. So I know I can't bring the baby. Things like that. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just want to get people's minds out of that, just I'll be the one to start it. You gonna see me with my baby if I'm doing business.
But that's crazy though. I don't get that.
Like if you brought your nephew King Kyler, like they will look at you crazy.
That's kind of rude.
I can understand if the baby was like, not even a baby. I can understand if it was like a 1 or 2 year old and they running around. Because at that age, of course, they're doing a lot. So yeah, don't bring him or her if you can help it. But I mean, he's 8 months. I mean, it's not doing anything.
And it's all about how you handle it. If your child honestly is that hyper of a child and is running around, obviously you can't do your job.
Right.
My stance is I'm capable.
Right.
So if I can handle him and get through this meeting, I should be able to without you judging me. But if the kid going crazy, of course you need to find something to do because you can't even focus yourself.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think for me, it's validation is twofold for me because at one point I'm like, on one side of it, I'm like, I agree with Drake as far as him talking about you don't need the validation to continue to do your art, pursue your art, do what you need to do. But I did say on Fire Nights on my podcast, I did say, it was kind of shady, but I said it's easy for you to say that when you have Grammys.
That was my thought.
So I did say that, but I do see what he's saying.
I get it.
Because even in my realm, in the independent realm, it's like, you don't really get acknowledged for everything that you do, and it's like, are you gonna allow that to stop you doing for what you love?
Right.
So I have to ask myself that too sometimes because it's been things and I feel like I should have gotten, and I'm like, I know I'm better than that person, but it's like, I'm like, okay, am I gonna allow that whoever gave the award out that doesn't validate who I am and what I do?
Right.
However, too, there's twofold. I feel like sometimes you need it. Not necessarily need it as far as to that's your focus, but sometimes you want that validation. Because there's one time I was feeling real low, and I was like, nothing was working out. I was doing my shows, and I just felt like I wasn't getting what I wanted. I felt like I was wasting my time. I was putting all this work and energy into it, and I'm just like,
no results.
Well, there's no results. I prayed. I was at an award show. I prayed, and I said, God, if it's meant for me to continue, give me a sign. I need that validation that I need. This is where I'm supposed to be going.
Yes.
I won the award that night. So I felt like that was God saying, just keep going. Like I said, there's a lot of times we get discouraged and, we feel like, again, we put all this work, all these hours, and it's like you're not really seeing the results that you feel like you should be seeing.
And sometimes with that, what you saying, you ask God to give you a sign. We got to stop looking for validation from others sometimes. And look to God for our validation. If He put the gift inside of you, then there's that. Like, you can't stop. I'm not saying it's not discouraging, because it is discouraging. I do music, and I understand, like, at one point I was looking for validation from my peers or, support from others. But it's like, if that's your gift and that's your passion, then you should just do it regardless. Validate yourself. Like you said, know your worth. And
It
just
gets
go from
hard.
there. Yeah.
It gets hard because you want your people around, your family, your friends to support you in whatever your business or your venture is, which is what I struggle with a little bit, because you want your loved ones to support you. But I have come to find that the people closest to me support me the least, and I get it, but it don't make it stop from hurting. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like I said, I think just in the years of doing what I do, you have a good point, because you can't allow people to. You can't look for your validation in people, and also you can't look in validation as far. Don't let that become an obsession.
Yes.
I think just like with all things, I think validation fits to where it could be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing if you seek it in the wrong way. Hey man. Hey. That's some big bright eyes.
Cute.
So cute. Hey, you're on the dining room table.
You gonna say something?
Say hi. You still asleep? You like, oh man. What y'all in here doing?
He look like, oh, that's not my house.
Right? He's really sweet, baby. He just doesn't look like it.
Nah, that's cool. But I think you guys make some very good points. Like I said, I think, again, I want people to take away from this. I think it's still a twofold thing. Don't allow people to validate what you want to do. If that's something that you feel like God's putting in your heart to do, then you continue to push forward and do it. But at the same time, sometimes we need to seek signs. We need those from God. I feel like if you're going to your source and like, hey, I need something to show me I'm on the right path. Because we need that sometimes. Because sometimes we feel like we're not on the right path.
Right.
Or we might have veered off and we need something to get us back on course.
And sometimes he does use people. But
you gotta check those motives.
Yeah. There's that.
But I just can't get over the baby thing. I think that's still crazy.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah. Brittany, as far as you are a business owner, like how to elaborate a little bit more about, cause I know there are people again who feel like family and friends should automatically support them. So tell us about that, like as far as your journey with that.
I'm one of those people. I feel like, and my family, we're close. Like y'all, like we a close family. So I am one of those people that felt like, I know at least my first event, I'm gonna have at least this number of people there because I got this number of people in my family and friend circle. But it's not like that, and I'm not saying that they do that maliciously. A lot of times people don't know how to support people, and sometimes you got to teach them. And even once you tell them what to do, sometimes they still won't do it. So what I've come to learn is that one, I don't rush my process. I just take everything as a lesson and apply that to the next thing that I do, and I just realized that what I love and care about is not what you is gonna love and care about. If it's my business, I'm gonna care about it more than anybody else, and I can't expect everybody else to care about it as much as me. So as long as they're not doing anything negative to me, I just try to brush it off and just keep on going and find those that will be supportive. I just don't dwell on it because that'll create some toxicity in your relationship.
Yeah, that's true. You get a lot of messages, Brittany. A lot of love messages.
I didn't know I was so loved.
Is this Aunt Tanya?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is. She said, dang, I gotta get back to work. This is a great topic. And you have Symphony Wiggins. She said, love you, Brittany.
I will say that even though for every person that doesn't support you, I will find a couple that will. I find a lot of support amongst other business owners. Like, we try to stick together. We understand the fact and the notion that, all of us can win. It ain't got to be one person over the other. So I feel like if everybody just support each other, we just got a better chance of winning. I have no reason to try to hold Carson back from what he's trying to do with his film. I have no reason. Symphony is a dance studio owner. She has a dance team. I don't have no reason not to support her. And when she make it, she might hire me to put together her next big show as an event planner. So that's how we should, use each other.
It's sad that people don't think like that, though. They don't feel like giving somebody else shine is going to dim their light. When it's like, that's not the case. Especially if y'all not even doing the same thing. So it's like, what's the issue? I feel like a lot of people just want to be first to do something or to make it, I guess.
Yes.
But like you said, we just got to support each other. And then the people that don't support us, we can't even focus on that. We got to focus on the people that do support us and that do push us towards our dreams and goals.
And when it is the person that wants to be first to do something, what are your motives? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? I'm not an event planner to show off for the city of Augusta. It's because it's what I love to do and this is what I want my career to be.
Right.
So if that's what your motive is, that may be one reason why you're stagnant in your goals. You tell them, baby. I know.
Yes, definitely some great points. I accidentally went off live and it's too much going on. But yes, I think that's very important. Again, it's all about checking your motives. Why are you? My dad says this all the time. Why are you doing what you do? What's the reason behind it? So I think that's very important. Definitely very important. Well, I think the people got some good nuggets today. I hope they did. If you guys want to comment about anything we're talking about here on the Dining Room Table, please hit us up. Or if you have any topics you want to talk about on the Dining Room Table, please hit us up. We thank you guys so much for tuning in with us this week on the Dining Room Table with Dim Place and Friends. Brittany, thank you for joining us and giving us your advice.
Thank you.
Thank you, little man, for being here.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Just thank you for being a good baby.
Yes. You can come to any of our meetings. You are so welcome to our meeting, sir. You're a good mixture of Brittany and Tate.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
But again, thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all next time on the Dining Room Table with Diff Plays and Friends.
He's looking at you like, girl.
You're such a good baby. I'm just really finna cub and try to get this good milk from me. You start pulling at this shirt. I'm like, bro, please don't make me do this on camera.
You'll get us a whole bunch of likes.
That's smart.
They are.
Learn to grab that phone.
They are.
He knows his favorite show is on Netflix, and you know when I click on Netflix, the end pops up. He sees that and he's like, okay, let me just wait. I know the steps it takes to get to my show, and then you know when the show goes off, the song plays. He knows what that last song is, and he'll start whining for me to go to the next episode.
Wow.
Oh yes, I can't believe it.